like Brady, stamping out haters. New England to Tampa, you think we related?
So, Batchelor, tell me about your latest music. What's going on? What's the latest track you did?
Man, brother, Stomp Out the Haters. It dropped. It'll be out a week tomorrow. Definitely a hot track. Shout out Tom Brady. Definitely motivated by Tom Brady. Come out the gates, just taking a little bit of that braggadociousness, a little bit of that bravado. Tom Brady. If I could emulate one athlete, it would probably have to be him. So I'm gonna go like Brady, stomping out haters. New England to Tampa. I think we related. But yeah, baby, that's out. Stomp Out the Haters. Coming with another one next Friday. Non-stop heat dropping. The Dodgers anthem. A lot of play on that one. The Clippers anthem. I noticed a little jolt in that. A lot of activity with some of these sports songs that I've dropped just because there seems to be so much activity centered around the sports teams in Los Angeles. So, I'm blessed to have done so many sports songs that when something big occurs, like right now, you got Kevin Durant demanding a trade from Brooklyn, and the Lakers seemingly thinking that they have a chance to get Kyrie Irving. So everybody seems to be bumping up that LeBron James, and yeah, man.
Yeah, that track is heavy, man. A lot of people are jumping on it. Like, you can't ignore it,
Yeah, brother. I'm grateful for that. I'm definitely grateful for that. The timing seems to be good on a lot of these things. And for me, it's just, keeping the heat coming. Stomp out the haters. Appreciate everybody that's been bumping that up. Coming with a bunch of new stuff. DJ Mike Strip and I got that new heat coming. Shout out Big J Records. Shout out to 42 Clouds. Shout out Young Rap Beats. All of these individuals been working with them, dropping that heat. And basically, that's what's up, brother. Just going to finish 2022 strong. Keep it coming. Anybody that's talking, we definitely going to stomp them on out. Stomp out the haters, because that's what we're doing.
That's dope. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. We gotta. By the way, I think we should get you connected up with whoever represents Post Malone. Maybe getting you on some of his introductory, like opening for him or something. I think that'd be dope to get that going.
Yeah, brother. Let's do that.
That
sounds
find
hot.
out
Post Malone doing it real big.
Yeah, that would be.
Getting all them endorsements, all them hits, man.
That'd be fat.
The charts. Still a youngster too, right? Still a youngster, no?
Yeah, he's around our age. He's a little bit younger than us. Yeah.
All right, man. I like that grind, though. I like that grind. I like the fact, man, that song, White Iverson, even though I wasn't a big fan of that song, but man, I like the fact that he pushed that song. It didn't catch on right away. It took a while, and sometimes I kind of relate to that because some of these tracks, that I've dropped, they've been out for a minute, and it's not till recently that I'm noticing, oh, wow, the saves is going up, the streams is going up. And as an independent artist, you want that, but it certainly hasn't happened overnight. So knowing that a guy like that grinded real hard and he believed in a certain track, I mean, man, I got to respect that. And look at him now. He's just seemingly everywhere.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. And I mean, you'll get there too. I mean, let's be real here. Batchelor's got written about in Vanity Fair and one other magazine, was it? Yeah. So you're featured in two of those big magazines for,
Yeah, blessings. Definitely blessings. Definitely big blessings. Them picking it up. It was around the time of that the 2020 presidential election.
Yeah.
Pete Buttigieg just stumbled across one of the tracks, Never Giving Up, and next thing I know, there's these write-ups. So all gratitude for that, all blessings. I take it. I'm thankful for it, and just try to keep that new heat coming, and just keep feeding the system, doing what I love, and that's dropping this music.
That's sick. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna ask you a few questions too. Like, I kind of had like a Gonzo question I was gonna ask you and Nick. Nick will, we'll add him in later.
Dominator, baby. We miss you, Dominator. DJ Mike's just going to get that exclusive with the Dominator. That'll be coming. Y'all going to be touching on all them wrestling topics. Believe that.
It's going to be sick with it. It'll be like, it'll.
Woo!
But yeah, I kind of have like a Gonzo topic here, and I'm gonna ask you a question, and then you're gonna give me like an answer on like, what you think about stuff. So like, we'll get ready for this segment. So yeah, so basically, okay, so what food place out of these 9 food places would you eat at and why? Okay.
All right, brother.
So
All right.
there's one, there's MILF Denny's. There's 2, there's Femboy Hooters.
Fanboy Hooters.
There's 3, there's Goth IHOP.
Got I
There's 4, there's Tomboy Outback.
okay.
Number 5, there's E-Girl Applebee's. Number 6, there's Ugly Dairy Queen. Then there's
Ugly Dairy Queen.
yeah, Ugly, you know. And then there's Lego Indiana Jones Fazoli's. Then there's Soft Girl Sonic or Panera Socialist Cafe.
Wow, man. Woo, a lot of choice. Now, let me ask you this, DJ Mike Strip. Are the menus at all of these eateries intact? Denny's,
Yeah,
it's the same menu that, okay.
little differences.
Well, you know what, Mike? I'm gonna have to go with MILF Denny's because, I mean, MILFs are so enjoyable, and not that I'm in love with Denny's, but Denny's food is serviceable. So to be surrounded by a bunch of MILFs with, I can find something to enjoy at Denny's. And I mean, MILFs, I get along with MILFs. I get along with them. So let's make it happen. Can we set that up? Is that a thing?
We're gonna make it a thing because they've done things like a lot of these have been started off of Reddit things, and they've actually turned them into something because people do have a preference for it,
Okay.
But yeah, like my whole answer to this would be like I was thinking Soft Girl Sonic.
Okay.
So, like,
Why?
Because here's the reason why, like, I like tater tots, because they have the tater tots instead of fries sometimes. But we wouldn't but that we can't have tater tots at Sonic because the Soft Girl Sonic, it wouldn't be tater tots, they'd be tater thoughts.
Woo! Drop the alarm on that one, DJ Mike.
And that would be like, like the whole thing is, the whole setup is like the soft girl Sonics, soft girls are like the ones the ones with like the pink makeup and like they put their faces in like a lot of pink blush, silver glitter, like tattoo stamped, the glossy lip stuff, and then they have that silver like glitter shit they put on their face. And then they also do like the oversized clothing look, like the NASCAR jackets. I forget which music video this girl did a music video with a NASCAR jacket on, but she had like kind of that similar soft girl look. Like the kind of girls bomber jackets, but they still wear, it's the type of girls that don't have too much makeup on and they kind of know natural beauty. That's like one of those things.
Absolutely.
And then then the other thing I wanted to ask you too, okay, if you were going to invent the name of a wrestler, what would the wrestler be and what would his like special attribute be?
Oh man, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one, Mike Strip. Woo, I wish the Dominator was here and I could just pass this off to him right now. Oh man, let me marinate on this for a few seconds.
I have like an answer that I kind of came up with.
All right, go. Let's hear it.
So like I actually thought of 2 wrestlers, okay, that would be dueling together. Okay. Like they'd be like a dynamic duo. And now think of this one in your head. Okay, think about a guy that's like maybe 300 pounds, that's just like super kind of chubby buff. So his name would be Meat Sauce.
All right.
That just sounds like a wrestler's name, Meat Sauce, like mystery meat. It's just like, oh, Meat Sauce going in for the body slam. And then the other guy's name would be, he'd be like a real clean cut American looking guy. His name like kind of just, kind of like a equivalent to Roman Reigns, but his name would be Mozzarella, kind of like mozzarella, like the cheese.
Nice play on words.
So it'd be like Meat Sauce and Mozzarella, and they'd be like, they'd do this tag team thing, and they'd do all these different moves, and just kind of be like, I just see a guy Meat Sauce like being maybe 6'5", 6'6", with like face tattoos and just like kind of chubby buff.
I like that. Who wins in a bout?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, but like we'd have to see how things would go, but it would be one of those They just need some new characters, I think, for WWE and stuff. And that's just my thought. Make up something. Think of something.
I don't know. Is there a heavy hitter? Is there a heavy hitter?
No, there hasn't.
Today.
That'd be a cool name, heavy hitter.
Yeah, I mean, just because, I mean, like you coming up with meat sauce and it fits, I would assume, you know, having a heavy hitter in the ring would be beneficial. And then you can play some of that music from Batchelor, and he can really be a heavy hitter. And boom, I'll get the Dominator to create some signature moves with some body slams or some chairs or whatnot, and we can make it a thing. But yeah, heavy hitter and meat sauce. Man, I wonder what Dominator would come up with. Ooh, I bet he would love that question. Where you at, Dominator? Where you at, baby?
I thought about something, the heavy hitter thing. Maybe the guy has like like it'd be all part of the act, but maybe the guy has like a golf club with him. But it'd be like,
wow.
So like he'll do things like when the guy's passed out, put a golf ball on the guy's head and then like smack the ball off of him. But like they'll be professionals, so like nobody will actually get hurt. But people will be like, "Oh my gosh, he's gonna do it," and it would like freak people out. Like he's gonna
a golf ball. I like that. It goes hand in hand. The golf club, you're heavy hitting on him, boom, and then maybe after he pins him down or whatever, his whatever move in the end can be a little golf putt on the head.
Something like that. Something like signature and cheesy, because that's all like the wrestling has been about for years. It's always a gimmick, you know? Yeah, like that'd be funny.
Yeah, man. Heck yeah. I like that.
And then I also have another surprise right now. I have a third story. This is my third story I wrote up.
Woo! I'm ready, man.
This is kind of based on a true story, but it's not really true. I mean, I wrote this up myself. Basically, I looked up, just pictures of badgers online, and then found a guy out of France. He's actually really talented. He basically designs masks, and he made this mask of a badger.
Okay.
And the basically it's like a latex mask that fits over his face and stuff like that. So I'll put the link to his Flickr account so you guys can look at it on here later. But I just thought like, oh, that's really creepy. Like his intentions were to make it look kind of creepy, but at the same time look realistic. So I came up with a story over that, and it's called the name of the story is called Truth and Consequences. So I can read that for you right now if you want.
All right, Truth and Consequences. Let's get it, baby. This is
actually Truth and Consequences is actually the name of a city in New Mexico. Okay. And I was looking at places in New Mexico. Don't ask me why, but related to work. But yeah, so here goes. So Truth and Consequences. Actually, wouldn't be a bad name for a track too. So I get this weird vision. Behind this hotel I used to live at, there were some homes, etc., but just a general woodland area for about 3/4 of a mile. The hill behind the fence was very high grade and stopped around 23 feet before it plateaued off. So like above this top of this hill, there was like homes and people's backyards and other things, and there was a whole bunch of homes right in that area. So I imagine waking up at like 2:30 a.m. and I keep hearing like carnival-like music, kind of like somebody would be playing a hurdy-gurdy. You know what that is? It's like a drone-like instrument that's connected to like a motor that they spin around, and it's like kind of like carnival stuff. So then I look through the forest that's off to the right next to where the gate is, and then all this fog just starts to roll in. Okay, and then I start to get this weird stench in the air. So it smells like expired canned Vienna sausage and pickled pig's feet, kind of with the smell of formaldehyde. So if you ever smelled like pickled pig's feet, they smell really gross. It's like Vienna sausage food.
Very pungent smell.
Yeah. And then, that kind of raw smell. Have you ever worked in a cadaver lab or done medical school dissecting cadavers? You kind of see those types of things, and it's that smell you'll never get out of your head. When you smell formaldehyde, it's like, oof, it's the worst. So then, this patch of fog heavily saturates the area. It's almost like zero visibility. And there's no thunder of rain, but there's like a stream of water that's making its way, and I can hear it moving through the dry leaves as I'm looking up, right? And um,
Okay.
there's just a lot of leaves built up against the fence up on the hill, like almost occluding the drainage of water or anything. So I just see something moving through it. I don't know if it was an animal. Then I realized it was water. And then I look, and then this stream makes its way onto like the white concrete because the concrete wasn't too old. It was pretty recent. Makes its way to the white concrete on the parking lot. And then the concrete accepts this yellowish stain to it. And then I look at it and I'm like, I'm looking through the window of my hotel room. I'm just looking out through the window that's facing this hill. And I see, oh, this is like way too thin to be oil. It's not like motor oil that's coming down there. And I can smell it even through the window. I'm like, man, it smells bad. It smells kind of like ammonia and maple syrup. And I'm like, wow,
Oh,
this is urine. This is either animal urine or human urine, but it's like it smells like piss. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I keep hearing this music, and I continue to hear the music through the window. Then, like the high intensity discharge bulbs that are above on the uh, parking lot, they begin to flicker, and moths and other creatures around the iridescent fixtures erratically move around and fly. And then the fog just starts to pick up again, and everything gets shorted. Um, and then there's this guy. Like he's standing there with the badger mask on,
mm,
playing a like this medieval instrument, like playing it, and he's
okay. Creepy. Creepy.
wearing complete medieval clothing. And I reach for the hotel phone. I pick up the hotel phone to call the lobby because my phone's just dead. I charged it, had it plugged in, my phone is just dead. I'm like, why does my phone have no power? So I call them and I'm like, hey, I tell the night clerk, I'm like, hey, can you get somebody out here? There's like this guy outside my window. Like, it's creepy, right? And
Yeah, I think so.
he's wearing like a badger mask and he's just like doing something with some instrument. His other hand, his one hand's on the instrument thing, moving stuff around. I don't know what he's doing with his other hand. Um, Might have been. So I look through the window and then I see the security guard show up. The security guard shows up, pulls out his flashlight, and then starts talking to the guy, right? And he says to the guy, he's like, "Hey, this is private property. You can't be here." He's like, and the guy just like looks at him, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then basically the yellow stream. Now the yellow stream connects, and I know where the yellow stream's coming from. And I see the guy that's in this medieval costume. Just a stream of yellow comes down his leg, like he's just pissing himself. This guy, and then it's go all down the parking lot everywhere. And like the guy's like, "What the heck?" And he looks at the guy, okay,
Mm.
and the guy looks at him, and uh, he's like, "Escuche muse encore," which is like French for "Are you having fun yet?" That's what he says to him. French. Yeah. So then the security guard then lifts his flashlight to light up the guy's face to see like what this guy's mask or this guy's face or whatever. And then a puff of smoke appears like, and then after that, the fog surrounds the area. Like the fog comes from up where the moths were by the lights and just everything comes down. And then like some sort of illusion, the Badger Man fades into the fog, leaving myself and the security guard astounded with only a window and a wall separating what we both saw. And I look at the security guard, looks at me, and he's just like, he just gives me a look like, did that just happen? And I'm just like, okay, yeah. So,
Wow.
so that's my story.
That is creepy, brother. Wow. All the Badger Man is freaking creepy, and that I can envision the sound.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a completely fictional story, but like the half of it's true. Like there was no man, there was no person, but there was a creepy area behind a hotel I lived at for a while that was like that matched that description somewhere in San Diego actually.
Okay.
But yeah, I lived at a hotel for a long period of time.
So this is motivated by somewhere you stayed.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and it's
Brother.
But I'll also post the link in the description about this guy's Flickr account that does those custom
Drop
masks.
that link, baby. Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Drop
and
that
just
link.
so, give credit where credit's due because I mean the guy's an incredible artist. He does latex masks, he does special effects masks. Um,
Okay.
like it's incredible stuff. Let me see if maybe I can come up with it. But like, yeah, the weird thing about European badgers is like their names. Their Latin name is Malaise, which is like the same name, twice, which is kind of funny. Uh,
Wow, brother.
it's
That
one
is
of
a
the
trip.
Yeah, it's like every other species doesn't have that, but it's just funny that it's the same thing. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on my phone real fast. If there's any,
Truth and consequence, baby. That's a hot one.
yeah, that's a cool like idea. The other ones I did, I don't know if we were able to record with our last Zoom thing, but yeah, it was
Man,
kind
Mike got the heat for y'all, baby. Mike got the heat for y'all, NBC.
it's just
Mike
like a
got the heat for
hobby.
y'all, Amazon.
It's just one of those hobbies, you know what I mean? Like it's not even like a thing I do on the regular, just writing up.
Even better, brother, when it's a hobby, it means you're enjoying it more than anything, right? You love it. You're feeling it. I can tell you're feeling it.
It's just like it's one of those things. Hey, the other thing we might want to go after too, maybe in the next episode, is talk about sports. What the most
Right.
creepy? What about this? What are the creepiest mascots?
Oh boy, that's a good one.
Because there
That's a
are a
good one.
bunch, and we'll have to do some
Yeah,
research to get it down. But there's a
I'm
few.
definitely gonna have to do some research on that.
Like,
I've always tuned them out. Well, off the top, who comes to your mind as being a creepy mascot?
oh, like for college ball or for regular ball or what?
Just in general. I mean, because not every team has a mascot.
Yeah.
So
I think there's the creepiest one. I can think of there's a few, but one of them was the creepy one. The creepy one I can think of off the top of my head is the one of I think it was like it's either Washington State or like yeah, like the Ohio State Buckeyes, like Brutus the Buckeye. That's the
okay,
creepy one. It's like this thing
yeah,
with a big head. Um,
yeah.
or no, for Purdue Pete, the guy has like he's got like a hammer with him, and it's just like he just looks like it's just
Oh, he's out trying. He's out trying to take everybody's picture.
yeah. I mean, this look here's an example. You see this guy? You can barely see it on my phone, but look, that's like Purdue Pete is kind of creepy
Oh,
looking.
okay, okay, yeah,
But there's I'll digitize that and make it so it's visible. But things like that are yeah
yeah. I'm thinking it's got to come from college, from some collegiate team.
yeah, because they're always experimenting, like like with certain teams, like the LA Galaxy used to have like a carrot thing back in the 2000s, and then they moved on to like a I forget what they have now, but like even in the Mighty Ducks had like the Anaheim, I forget whatever, or like I no, I think Philadelphia had like they did something for the Philadelphia Flyers. They changed their mascot like 6 times in the last few years or something like that. Don't quote me on
Really?
that.
Wow,
A lot of
wow.
those places have. They've changed a lot of franchises change their mascots a lot, especially for a team that's different owners.
I've never been. It's weird. As much as I like sports, there's certain things that I just kind of tune on out. And then, like I said, not every team has a mascot. But I've never really gotten too much into the mascot. I see the Clippers, who I adore, loved them for a while. Since Steve Ballmer took over, they got Chuck the Condor. I don't think he's creepy. In fact, I guess I gotta say it's grown on me a little bit. At first, I was just like, this is kind of cheesy. What does it have to do with the Clippers? But as I guess as you win games and you incorporate things and they come along at a time when you start winning, you can, I guess you can say, oh well, that's passable. But you know, I don't know, man. It's definitely got to come from the college level because off the top, I don't think of anything that's creepy in professional sports that comes to mind. But some of that college stuff that I've seen, and this is because there's so many darn college teams to begin with,
Yeah,
and then with what you're saying, things change and all the time. Who knows what's out there? There's probably some D1 hidden school with something that's probably real creepy in the nighttime. Gonna have to put him in a short story or her in a short
Yeah,
story.
I mean that's the kind of stuff that but yeah, by the way, I found that picture that the guy on Flickr. I'll put the link in the
You
description.
got that? Truth
Uh,
and consequence, baby.
yeah, so this is see that's the see it's like see how it's like a man but a badger. It's kind of like you know
Kind of. Yeah.
you could wake up to
Yeah.
that at 2:30
Okay.
in the
That's
morning,
that. No.
and
No.
yeah, I'll
No.
post the link to that because he does incredible work. But I mean, it's super creepy though to see like that would be the perfect for a horror movie, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Heck yeah, baby. Heck yeah, baby. That movie, The Black Phone. Speaking of horror movies,
Mhm.
very good movie. Very good movie.
Wow, I gotta
Ethan
check it out.
Hawke, Blumhouse. I mean, man, looks like they hit a home run. Looks like they hit a home run with it. Enjoyed it. I see it's making them dollar bills. Shout out to Top Gun, man. Top Gun over $1 billion now. $1 billion.
Wow.
I mean, wow. I don't even think Paramount expected that much. If they did, kudos for hitting your mark. But I mean, wow. The for a movie to do a sequel all these years later, and for the sequel to come out in a time when people are still getting used to going back to the theaters, and for it
Yeah.
to do $1 billion and counting, I mean, I've seen it 3 times. I've seen it 3 times. Not ashamed to say it.
Wow.
So, yeah, the Dominator and I saw it a couple of times. Linked up with one of our family members from Shakers.
Nice.
Saw that. Yeah, shout out Top Gun. $1 billion. I'm glad people are taking their behinds back to the movie theaters. Yeah, when you said something out of a horror movie, I immediately thought of the Black Phone. Yeah, great movie. Yeah, literally. I don't want to use the term great so loosely, but it was a great movie. I liked it. So yeah, shout out Tom Cruise, shout out Ethan Hawke, shout out everybody going to the movies, putting their behinds back. It is safe to go to a movie, y'all. If you still want to keep your mask on, keep your mask on. But man, get out there, support the local theaters, support the
Yeah.
kids working at these theaters, giving you the popcorn, giving you the soda, hustling for you. Got off on a bit of a tangent there, but yeah.
That's good, man. That's real good. That's good, man. That's
Heck yeah, DJ Mike Strip, Batchelor, the Dominator, baby. You
we're gonna
coming, baby? You coming? Getting that exclusive with DJ Mike Strip. Gonna fill us in on all things wrestling. What you and the Dominator got in store for us, brother?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dominator's gonna talk about a few things wrestling. He's gonna cover the Vince McMahon stuff that's been going on, and then
Woo!
some opinions on stuff that we don't know about, some insider information in regards to the WWE and other things in regards to professional wrestling, as well as World Wrestling Entertainment, as well as other
Good,
forms
good.
of
I need
wrestling.
that. I'm seeing there's an addition. I'm sure you guys are going to touch on that. In addition to WWE, we're going to have to, dangle that carrot out there. I'm seeing there was a new. I wonder what the Dominator thinks about that. I wonder what DJ Mike Strip thinks about that. And lot of movement going on. A lot of movement in all sports. The WWE, NBA, MLB. Right now, I am smack dab in the middle of this rush hour Dodger Stadium traffic. Dodgers back home at the Ravine tonight, and I am seeing a lot of cars with Dodger flags. So that's good to see. Get out there, support the boys in blues. Bump up that Dodgers anthem, y'all. Bump up that Dodgers anthem.
Like socialist Panera Bread. I have Lego Indiana Jones Fazoli's. I got MILF Denny's. I have Femboy Hooters. I got Tomboy Outback. I have Ugly Motherfucker Dairy Queen. I got E-Girl Applebee's, Goth IHOP, or Soft Girl Sonic. So which one of those would you want to eat at and why?
Which one's the MILF one again?
MILF Denny's.
Denny's?
Yeah.
MILF Denny's.
Cool.
It's going to be like Hooters.
Yeah,
Those are
basically.
gonna walking by,
hmm
and then hopefully they wear body paint like Cafe Lou.
Oh
but
yeah.
they're probably not. They're gonna walk around and maids outfits, probably. It said Denny's on it.
That'd be cool.
And then if you're ready to give their check, or give your check to them, mouth is dry. You just, when they walk by, just slap them on the ass and say, "We're ready."
That'd be
Feels
interesting.
good. Do
That'd
you
be
have any milk with that cereal?
that'd be funny. Yeah, it's a story I did called Truth and Consequence.
I think that it's about a creep, right? That
Yeah, like a creeper.
I think that and he smelled like the pickled stuff,
Yeah.
or were they around the area that smelled like that?
No, he like had the odor to that. Like he kind of was like maybe homeless, maybe not, but it was just really eerie. He was just something was wrong. Like there was something wrong with like the guy's a freak. Like he just dresses up and shows up, at people's hotel rooms, and I don't know if he was like touching himself or whatever, but because I didn't really see everything. I love El Torito's behind you. Is that the one in Pasadena?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I'm gonna try to get a different background every time we do one of these.
That's cool. That's a cool place. That's funny.
Except he's missing his horn.
Oh my gosh, wow. That's funny though. That's great though. Yeah,
I
so
think that if all right, I think that come on, full screen. Oh, you can hear me?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. I think that if a Badger Man would have followed me, I would have brought like this I would have probably had nothing on me because I would have not known I was being followed, but I would have hid behind a bush and just waited for it to pass by, and then if I could find something, I'd maybe throw a rock another way or something, and then I'd yell for help like a woman, or I
That's
don't know.
huh.
And then I don't know if Brent was with me. He'd probably he'd probably say a few words, but I'd be too scared to go. Like there was this homeless guy me and Brent saw, and he was flashing some money, and then he asked. I mean, he had a bunch of money in his hand, and then he was asking, "Oh, do you guys have any spare change?" And Brent's like, "We just saw you flash all that money." And then he said like something, and then they started like saying words to each other. And then I said, "Come on, Brent, if he had a if he had a knife, we don't have anything to defend ourselves with." Same with the Badger Man. If he was there, we probably wouldn't say anything. We would probably throw a rock the other way or something, then walk away really fast.
But if you're at Tomboy Outback, then you'd be covered.
Then we have people there.
Yeah, there'd be people there to like fix things. So that'd be good.
And if I knew we had people there, I'd probably would say a few disrespectful words to the thing, and then hide, and then walk to the door. And then if he sees me, he can't do anything because there's a bunch of other people in the either the daytime or nighttime.
Yeah. It was
Then
really
he
scary when this event was based on a true story, but it wasn't exactly true. But like, yeah, it was when I was staying living in a hotel during the whole time of that whole like when COVID first came out, and there was all that like those Antifa riots and stuff. So there was like all these rent a cars at all hours of the night coming back and forth into this hotel, and it was just nobody realizes that, but like during the whole riots and like the BLM stuff, there was tons of people being shipped from different areas of the country into San Diego, into Los Angeles, into Orange County that were staying at hotels. Like you can see when a car has a fleet vehicle plate in the corner, it says fleet. That means it's owned by a rent a car company. So there was just huge turnaround of like people. It was very odd situation of what was going on. Like obviously weird stuff. But
I
yes,
think
wanted to ask you too, Nick. What's the latest thing on what's his face on Vince McMahon? What's going on with that? What's the future for wrestling right now? Tell us what you think.
Well, now they turned John Laurinaitis' cell phone off. The guy that did stuff that Vince passed the girl around with.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the girl, this shouldn't get in trouble because she agreed to do it and agreed
Yeah.
to take the money.
Mm-hmm.
They're only in trouble because they're big names. And now Stephanie McMahon's the CEO, and Bruce Pritchard, Brother Love,
Mm-hmm.
is taking John Laurinaitis' role. And everyone hates Bruce Pritchard because he's really quiet and doesn't really tell you stuff. But then John Laurinaitis tells you what to do on that day, like where to go and what's going on. But Bruce is just a quiet type, so everyone's like pissed about it. And
Weird.
then Money in the Bank's coming up, and I'm probably gonna miss it when I think it's this Sunday
Mm-hmm.
because I'm gonna go somewhere. So then I'll probably get it when it comes to DVD, which will probably be like next month.
Oh, wow.
But I know that Logan Paul signed a WWE contract, and he's gonna be taking on the Miz. He's gonna be teaming with the Miz at Money in the Bank, and then later on take him on one. And then a female UFC fighter, MMA fighter, signed a deal, and I forgot her name, but I guess they wanted one male celebrity, one female celebrity,
Wow. That's
and
crazy. That's like a
then
table, like tables have turned. Like it's almost like TV's buying back. Well, it's not really TV, but it's, you'd think like all these things were out of style because social media people took over and it's almost like they're buying their stuff back, the fame back. It's interesting.
yeah, I just hope Elon Musk doesn't buy the whole internet, all the major sites, because um even the news sites, because that way he'll get rid of a lot of stuff he's not interested in. Like if it was wrestling, I'll get rid of that. Let's put more basketball on here.
Yeah. I don't know if he even follows through with Twitter and follows through with a lot of things he says he's going to do. So,
And he hasn't been heard from in 4 days, and he just found out that like there's a brand new pic of him, and he's with the Pope or something with his four sons.
that's so
And he said
strange.
this is the first picture of him in 4 days. No one, and every day he's been posting stuff.
Oh,
There
crazy.
hasn't been one day since everyone's heard of him where he hasn't been posting anything. In 4 days he's been gone, and all of a sudden he's next to the Pope and his four sons, one with long hair that I thought was a girl.
Wow. You sure he's with the Pope and he wasn't like at Femboy Hooters or something? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it said it said the Pope.
That's crazy. That's insane. Wow. Well, time will only tell. So we'll see, I guess. But yeah, that's cool.
I don't like Logan Paul.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are sick of all the
And
beat.
his brother wants to take on Tommy Fury.
Oh, wow.
And I think that it's rigged. I think they get paid a lot of money to fall to make him look good. Because how could he beat professional boxers if he's only been in it for less than the time he's been at?
Yeah.
And people have been paid to fall anyway. So they
Oh,
really think he could beat these guys.
yeah, all the time. That's why I won't mention his name, but that's why so and so, when UFC was in its prime, when people used to watch it a lot, um, one of the big guys was pissed off at the owners because he was getting told by like certain people to like, oh, we're paying you off, you better fail the fight. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
happened before. It's done. It's ruined boxing. The whole hierarchy of dirty money getting paid to you, so you have to lose, and that's what ruined a lot of these professional sports. That people don't even watch anymore because of that. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
A lot of people don't know boxing's rigged too.
Yeah, I know. They think it's like there's so much to it. Even and then, did you hear about that thing with the NFL? There was like 3 or 4 NFL people that were saying that it's like almost planned out. Like it wasn't like not like it's 100% staged, but you just notice though, like you can see a lot of the guys that are like, oh, defensive backs, 150 pounds, 5'7", 5'8". I'm like, wait a sec, that's kind
I
of
kind
small.
of knew that, but I can't say it because some people are like, they get pissed at me saying, How can you talk like that? You re- wrestling and boxing are rigged, but that's a real sport. How can that be rigged? I don't want to hear you talk like that
Yeah.
and they'll yell at me.
It's crazy though because no, it's been proven because like there's a lot of NFL people that came forward and they were like, yeah, if you notice like linebackers from like the 90s being 250 pounds, 260, like now linebackers are 160. Like, come on, let's get real here. Like people don't just get that much smaller, you know?
And the whole reason they took steroids is because they want big guys. They don't want little guys on to look on TV because people are like, he's too small to play this sport. I really, this doesn't look interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, it's just
They allowed them to do steroids on purpose, and then Jose Canseco takes the fall when they already knew they took steroids.
yeah, everybody was on stuff.
He's just talking about it. Oh, he talked about the truth.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the one to take the fall.
And the other thing too is like like what Marion Jones did with like the fly, like she was on Winstraw, but it was designer made. Okay, for example, if you're a professional baseball player and you're on some serious steroid watch, well, you don't buy the steroids you get off the internet. You have doctors prescribe you steroids that are made in a chemistry lab that are special designer drugs that are undetectable. Do you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah,
yeah, you might be spending like $10,000 a week on your steroid fix, which is different, but it's designer made. It's made so that even the Olympic committees they go to test it, they can't test it. So there's a lot of stuff we don't know about research chemical wise that some advanced scientific people I know personally have dealt with. So a lot of that experimental stuff, even if they did drug test, they wouldn't be able to find it. So,
and they get paid a lot more
oh,
money than people in service who risk their lives to
I
save
know,
the world
I know.
universe.
It's just, it's all messed up. It's just what happens. It's edutainment. That's what they make it. It's insane. But we'll see. Things might change.